Hi everyone, welcome to Get Ready with me, Louise. How are you all today? So, I have been watching, and I just did a review on the Natasha Denona Xenon palette, the big one, and everybody keeps comparing it to like the ColourPop Smoking Roses or something like that. It's a 9-pan palette, right? You cannot compare apples to oranges. I mean, you can, but it don't make sense to me. Look at the lip gloss. In yesterday's video, I was talking about the lip gloss, and it's the Lawless Milkshake. It is the most loving it. I am loving this lip gloss to no end. I probably put a little bit too much though. But it feels so good on the lips, and I'm wearing it over top of Charlotte Tilbury Bond Girl. Anyway, back to what I was saying. It's irritating to me when people try to say it's just like this when no, it's not. Okay? Here's my thing. You can get the same vibe. Sure, absolutely. Even when they're like dupes, the same color, it's not the same. The formula is different. It is. And if you're a makeup artist, obviously y'all can use whatever you want, but regular consumers, like, we need a little bit of help. At least I do. So, do I like ColourPop? Absolutely. Do I think they have a good formula? Yes. For their price point, I think they are phenomenal. I think that they should be at a price point a little higher even. You know what I mean? But, are they Natasha Denona? No, okay? Now, to me, comparing apples to oranges, that's like comparing an apple to a grape, okay? ColourPop to Natasha Denona. Apples to oranges to me is this. Comparing the Xenon palette to Glamlite Ghostface. Hold on, I'll show you why. A, you get 15 shades, okay? Now, let me be clear. This is not a dupe. These formulas are completely different. Okay? Different. The color story is even a little bit different. But even the special shades, like the metallic shades, okay? ColourPop does not have special shades. They have metallics, or they have their Super Shock. I guess that would be their special shade. But at least Glamlite gives you a little bit more, okay? They actually have a really nice metallic formula, okay? And this is the look we're going to do, okay? Using this palette. I kind of did this look yesterday using this palette. And what I used was Flurry, Snart. I think I went into Night Sky and Spoosh. No, Night Sky. And then Snowbow. Snowbow. And it gave like a pinky silver look. And the pink you really couldn't see on the eye. It was more silver unless the light hit it, right? It's kind of the same thing going on here. Unless the light hits us just right, you're not going to see the pink. And in this palette, it's called Mirror Gleam. And it's right here. It almost looks like gray, but it's on the lid, it's more pink, gray, green, okay? Now, like I said, the undertones are different to these two palettes, okay? So we're not comparing apples to apples. We are comparing apples to oranges, okay? Now, Glamlite is half the price, although shipping, oh my goodness gracious, please. Let's not get started on that. I'm willing to pay twice as much for the stuff to get it the way I get my Natasha Denona stuff, okay? But you will get the same vibe using this palette kind of as you would using the Natasha Denona at a lesser price, but still have unique formulas to work with. You know what I mean? So let's get started. And I kind of just wanted to play with this palette again because I've only played with it, I think, once. So The first shade we're going to go into is Chilled Frost, which is this one. Now, I will say, these are not the same colors. You know, I couldn't like dupe it side by side. It's just the vibe, but because the undertones are completely different, for sure. Like, the undertones are just so far off. For these tones, like, is it gray? Sure. But I didn't realize with color how different things could be until you really do start looking at stuff. Like, there's gray, sure. But then you got a gray with a green undertone, or a gray with a yellow undertone, or a gray with a blue undertone. It's so crazy to me. Like, I never really thought about it much, you know? But then I really don't think about that kind of color story because I don't wear it often, you know? Because to me, a black's a black, a gray's a gray, a white's a white. And then, you know, all colors are certain colors, but I look at it as one color in a way. But then I'm like, no, you do. You see undertones and stuff. You know, a pink could lean more red, or a pink could lean more purple, or, you know, however you want to look at it. There's definitely differences. And even these companies that try to dupe the color story, that's all they're duping is a color story. They are not duping the formula. You can't. Like, I think it'd be illegal to begin with. You know what I mean? Alright. Now we're going to go into the shade. What shade did I go into? Halloween Icon, which is this one right here. Again, do be careful because this palette is pigmented. There's no doubt about that. Like, the palette has pigment. So go in with a light hand, but I would suggest the same with the Natasha Denona. Although I do think the Natasha Denona was easier to blend. But, you know, at this price point, it should be. I'm just trying to offer you up something a little bit different. And again, packaging matters. All this stuff has to take into effect. Like, do you want to be walking around with a nice black starry looking palette that's feels good, like heavy, beautiful, sturdy packaging? Or do you want to be walking around with ghost face? Just saying. And there is no lighter colors in here, so you do or would have to have a lighter shade, which I was thinking you could technically, if you have any like Urban Decay's, like what are they called, those like Space Cowboy, those sort of colors, you could kind of combine it with this palette. But I have the highlighter that came with the collection, so by having this, it gives me lighter options to pair with this, which you'll see in a minute. But I tell you, it's kind of shocking to me because this look comes out pretty darn close to the look that I created the other day. Again, not exact, but close. And here, I'm not even comfortable wearing these shades at all, okay? But again, it's so funny how things I'd write off almost, people actually comment. And I don't know if they were commenting because, like, they're just not used to me wearing this shade, because honestly, they're not. Be fair, they're not. Or if they just really liked it, you know, it looked good. I don't know. I feel like I look mean and mad when I'm in this kind of look, you know? Not saying I am, but that's just the way I look, or I feel. And when I'm in a really good mood, it's like, I guess if I'm in a good mood wearing it, maybe I wear it better than I thought. We're going to take that same shade along the lower lash line. But in my eyes, like, if I'm in a good mood, I want to wear a bright look. A happy look, I guess. But I guess you can be happy and be wearing, you know, grungier shades. People do it all the time, so just because I don't do it, don't mean it can't be done. And I am wearing the blush today from the same collection. And when I wore it that first time, I said that it pigmented, and it is. I even used a different brush this time. I will say that you definitely do not use a very packed brush, because it deposits so much. I mean, you barely touch it in there, but it's still, I mean, it picks up so much blush. But if you use one that's got, you know, more loose and dense and stuff, like not a lot of bristles to pick up a whole bunch of stuff, you know, you're better off. Because today I used, which one is this? I used this brush here by Smashbox. It's called it don't have a name anymore. I think it was the blush. It was just called Blush. But that's the type of brush I used today to do, you know, and it blended it nicely too. But, and then look at that highlighter. I'm telling you, Glamlite and their highlighters are freaking amazing. Like, seriously. You're going to be seen from outer space with their highlighters. It's just crazy. Alright. I think I got that blended in enough. Okay. Now we're going to take the shade Mirror Green. I mean, look at that shade. Like, when I look at it, like, from the side, it almost looks like a green. Like, I don't see any kind of pink in it. I can more see pink in that one there, but for whatever the reason, it's got pink on my lid. But we're going to pick it up, and we're going to pat it on the lid. And again, it does have a like gray undertone, like a gray-green undertone almost, which is not like Natasha Denona's formula at all, but you can't really see the green in this. It is more gray. And Natasha don't have that in hers by no means. It's grays. It's not even like gray-brown, where this is more like a gray neutral. Hers is more just gray. I really can't explain it. I don't know how to explain her palette. Like, I like it. It's different. It's not an everyday palette for me by no means. And I don't know if I needed all of those shades. I didn't. Actually, I know I didn't. But it's her formula, and that's the thing. I'm not buying her palettes. Well, I mean, I am buying her palettes, but I'm not buying her palettes because, like, I like the color story. I'm buying her palettes because I like the formula. In one of these days, when I stop buying, because I'll probably be paying for my water bill, that's now a new water bill that has now hit $2,000. Does that not make you sick over a busted pipe? How do they not have some sort of system at a water company to let you know, hey, you just used over 500% of your water that you usually use? No, not the water company, because they just want to, you know, get their money, get their coin. It's ridiculous. Ridiculous, I tell you. And I don't know if I can get help for that or not. I don't think so. I mean, I think they could help, or they may help. They may help. But I don't think they're obligated, because technically it is on my side, so therefore it is my problem. Which is always nice. And of course, it's always going to be on the homeowner's side for sure. It's never going to be on the water company's problem, huh? Anyway, so yeah, that's that. But what was I saying even? forgot what I was even saying now. But this is just going to give you a different, you know, we're going to go into this shade right here up at the top, and I'm just going to put that in the inner corner. Again, it's not, it looks similar. I'm just trying to give you options in case Natasha Denona is out of your price point. Or you just, actually it may be in your price point, but you don't want to spend that amount of money for those shades when you don't need that many of them. Oh, that's what I was going to say. One of these days, I'm going to take all of her palettes and I'm going to take the shadows out. Or not out, but pick them at a time and kind of create my own palette, like what I would want in a palette. That's why I buy them. Because if I was like going to make my own palette, I don't know if I would do a small. Have you all ever thought about making your own palettes? Like, I'm never going to. Don't get me wrong. Because I just don't have an eye for that. But, like, just colors that I use. Because, like, I use neutrals. I do. I love them. I think they're beautiful. But I also like colors. So, with that said, it's almost like I have to have a huge palette. Because I'm going to have to have neutrals and colors in order to create, like, to have one particular palette to create all of the looks that I've ever wanted to create. You know what I mean? Type of thing. Just me talking. I ramble too much. I know. Yak, yak, yak. Alright. Now, for mascara. For the top lashes. I know. But I gotta use it up. Okay? We're gonna... It's He Who Shall Not Be Named. It's the Beach Proof Mascara. And I will say it's starting to dry out a little bit. And I am kind of liking it. I hate that. I mean, I don't hate it because I bought it. So, like, I'm hoping I like it. But, like, I am liking it. Now that it's dried out a little bit. Like, it's still wet, though. It's still a very, very wet formula. But if I curl my lashes, which I didn't today, but if you notice, they're still up. Like, this is a very lightweight formula. It does not drag my lashes down at all. And I'm assuming that it's because it's waterproof, maybe. I don't know. But at the same time, this is not hard to get off at all. I don't have any problems with it, okay? I put my Lancome whatever remover on it. Sometimes I use Clinique. Sometimes I use Estee Lauder. Right now I'm using Lancome. I have free samples. But I'm using that. I put it on a little cotton pad and then I just lay it on my lashes and then I'll like wipe it down and the mascara comes right off. No problem at all with it. So it's like, I don't know. I kind of think that this mascara did a really good job on it. I'm just saying, though. I know we don't like to speak of him because he doesn't do good things, but I mean, he knows makeup, though. Like, sometimes people are bad, but they know stuff. Like, doctors sometimes can be narcissists. But that don't mean they're not a good doctor. You know? Or anybody could be a narcissist, actually. I'm starting to think my fiance's one. I'm just kidding about that. But, like, can you all see my lashes? I used the Glamlite Chucky liner for my waterline. But, like, my lashes look pretty. They're not... I don't know how to explain it. Like, there's not much volume to it, really. But I've only did one coat. Man, this is heavy. This is a nice feeling too. I just now noticed that. Not saying, just don't hate on me, okay? Don't hate on me just because I like something. It's makeup. It's makeup. Alright, the Lancome for the bottom lashes. And at this point, you know, people, I mean, yes, some people are better, worse than others, but is there anybody in this world that's really, you know, hasn't went through something or done something? I mean, even myself, I mean, I'm not the best, I'm not, you know, I'm awful at times, you know. I guess maybe the difference is I try not to be, where some people just truly don't care how they come off. I don't know. I'm not judging. Ain't my place. That's the way I feel about it. Ain't my place. And I'm just one of them people that are back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, and hoping the best in everyone. That I don't want to make a stand. You know what I mean? Like, it's just not who I am. Once upon a time it was, but not anymore. But I will say that overall, like, oh, okay, maybe you can see the pink in that shade. But when you look at that shade, now, again, the Natasha Denona the same way. If you have it, and you do your look, and you're looking at yourself, you may think it's pretty, right? Or, oh, okay, go outside, okay? And let the sun hit you. Or go in somewhere where there's bright light, something like that, and then look at yourself in your eyes, because it's like totally different. Like the shimmers and stuff are totally different. And I didn't even notice it, you know, until my fiance said something to me about it. Like, it's funny because he tries to guess the palettes now, and he thinks he's good, right? So when I was doing the Natasha Denona, he said Natasha Denona. Now, he personally likes almost every look I do at Natasha Denona, okay? And I'm like, well, yeah, but that's because, and he can even tell, like, if it's like high end or drugstore or something like that, because the other day I did, well, yesterday I did YSL actually, and he thought it was Natasha Denona, and he was wrong. It was YSL, and he thought, and he was like, still, you know, high end, you know, brand, but he'll go ColourPop and it'll be something else, or he'll, you know, but it's usually within the same price point though, which I find interesting. But he personally likes any look I do, that I have done anyway as of late, with Natasha Denona, and he actually likes Pat McGrath too when I do the looks with those shadows. But you know, it is what it is. Everybody has different things. Now, I will say Moon Dust, that was the name of those shadows from Urban Decay. I have, and let me know, because I know this Sephora sale's going on, and I placed an order, but I was good. I don't know what I dropped. I ordered this Sephora stuff to get 30% off, because 20% just doesn't work for me, even though I'm Rouge, and I'm sure I'll buy something. I have a list, but I did buy the Sephora stuff that I wanted. But back to what I was saying, things like I want to buy the perfume Killian, but I want I think it's Apple on the Rocks or something like Apple and Brandy, something like that. I want that. I have it in a little small thing of it, but I want, and I have Love Don't Be Shy in the big one, but I want the other one in a big one, but it's expensive. So I may use 20% off, because I don't think they do many discounts. But anyway, I ended up buying this Moon Dust from Urban Decay, and it's got Stargirl, Space Cowboy, Wild Dipper Rides Again, Cosmic Space Dust. But I also have the shade Starlight. Wait, is Starlight in there? No. Star Cowgirl's in there. Huh. And then I have, let's see, what else do I have in here? I think I have one more. That's Fireball. I think that's just a single shadow. I don't think that's a... Yeah, I think that's just a regular eyeshadow there. And then I have Cosmic. Now, Cosmic's one, right? Because I just... Oh, Cosmic Space Dust. And this is just the shade Cosmic. Alright. Okay, I see the difference. But that Wild Dipper Rides Again is almost like that Starlight shade. But that's interesting. Okay, anyway. I thought about using the... You know, Pat McGrath came out with an all matte palette 6 months ago, maybe? Maybe towards the beginning of the year, I think. It was around Valentine's Day. And using these with that so you guys could see these in action. But let me know. I'm curious. Let me know what you all are thinking about getting. Or what are you on the fence with? Maybe I can help. Because, like, there's things I'm on the fence with, too. And, you know, maybe I can help. Or maybe there's, you know, you're not sure if 20% is right. Like, maybe you can get a better discount. Like, don't buy nothing, Pat McGrath. Do not. They have a 30% off, okay? For real. Do not buy anything, Pat McGrath. Get 30% off through her site. If you're Rogue, or if you're Rouge, you know, anyway, forget that. If you're Rouge, Natasha Denona 20% is good. If you're not, don't buy nothing Natasha Denona. Use an influencer code. Go to her website. She's got great shipping. Now, Pat McGrath don't have best shipping, but 30%, that adds up. Especially considering how high priced they are. And stuff gets discounted quick anyway over there. But, who else has good sales? I'm trying to think. I don't know, Lawless. Like, I would recommend a ton of stuff from Lawless. I'm going to have to check on that. I'll check on that for you to see if they have a better deal. Because I can't tell you enough about these lip glosses. The Forget the Filler lip plumping line smoothing glosses are wonderful. The nighttime sleeping mask is wonderful. So Makeup by Mario, I think they have, basically it's your really higher end that you're probably, if you're Rouge, would get the best deals with. And everything else you're probably, unless it is the Sephora collection, you're going to get a better deal at the website, to be honest. But definitely check, because a lot of times when you first sign up with the website also they give you a discount. So I just want you to save as much money as you can. Times are tough, whether you're paying a water bill or your rent or a car payment or whatever it may be. Food on the table. Lord knows, feeding 2 teenagers almost, and then 2 little children, and then an infant, because I got the grandbaby sometimes. That adds up, okay? And Thanksgiving's coming, so you gotta buy even more and cook for even more people. Which, that's a whole other story. I am 43 years old, and I have to cook Thanksgiving this year. Why? Why am I doing this? That ain't fair to me, I don't think. I think I'm too young to have to do that. We've always went to families' houses, but now I gotta cook it myself. When did that happen? When did that happen? When did that torch get passed? Well, it got passed this year is why, but that's a whole other dysfunctional story there from a dysfunctional family that I'm in. So, anyway, I will let you go, and I'll see you in the next one. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, ring the bell, hit all that way you're notified when I upload. I upload every day but Sunday, unless there's new products, and I will see you in the next one. Until then, stay safe and stay healthy. Bye.